And welcome to our Cultural Awards meeting for February. And we're talking about what's been going on in January. So the numbers that you see will be for January. And we had a really great January. In a lot of ways, it's been a record month, especially for owner profit and profit share, which is very important. Um, and we're going to talk about some of the numbers there. But talking about great month, I wanted to go ahead and talk to Christine Ellenbeck in the beginning, so she could give us a few minutes of her time, and then we could move on. I know she's got a few things to do in this particular hour that are really important. So if you guys would, please welcome Christine Ellenbeck.
Hold on.
Yay! She closed 12 units in the month of January for a closed volume total of about just over 3.5 million. So that is like a killer month. I don't care if it's January or June or whatever. That is a killer month in any time of the year. So I just want to find out some of the things, some of the activities that led Christine to have such a great month. So Christine, how like first of all, congratulations. That's amazing.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So um what led up to it? You and I have talked a little bit about which sales included into that 3.5 million in those 12 closings. And I know that you kind of downplay what you did, but what can we be doing? What can our agents in our office be doing to give ourselves the greatest chance to have a month like that? What led up to that?
Well, first and foremost, I just have to say that without the support of my awesome team and my awesome family, like I wouldn't have made it through a December leading up to January. And not only did we have all of that going on, but the holidays and a home renovation and just a lot of madness. So I'm super grateful for the support in my life. But as far as things that we've done, I would say I wish that there's like a magic pill or some sort of switch that we flipped that changed things. But for me, when I started our team about 3 years ago, I really wanted to shift my focus very directly and intentionally to relationships that I have with my past clients, with my referral partners, all of that. And so we've done a lot of different things over the past few years, I think, to enrich those relationships. And in doing so, it's helped build my referral business. So 100% of the sales, 100% of that 3.5 million was either referrals or repeat business.
Okay.
So shifting my focus to making that the goal as opposed to selling more has made, I think, me a better realtor, and has made my relationships with my database that much stronger, to where anytime anybody asks, okay, who should I contact as a realtor, those people in my life, send them my way. So I think it's the relationship piece more than anything.
So what are you doing? You don't have to explain everything, all your tips and tricks, but what are you doing in your mindset to be in relationship with those people? And how many people is that?
I mean, our database it's pretty large. It's kind of a mess, if I'm honest. I'm not the best with keeping up with the systems piece of this, but at this point, we've got at least like well over 300 people that I've helped buy and sell, plus just, contacts in the community and things like that. So it's probably a good like 1,000 people, let's just say, for a round number.
Okay.
But as far as things that we're doing, I think just really trying to be real with people, and take the time to show them that you care. Some are larger scale things that we've adopted as a team, like our client appreciation event, sending birthday cards, things like that. But some of it's just more stuff that's important to me as a person. So some examples I would say would be like during COVID, if I heard about a layoff at Disney and I knew that I had people in my past that I'd worked with that worked at Disney, I reached out to them just to tell them like, hey, I'm thinking about you right now. Just small things like that to be personal. Telling people congratulations on a marriage or a baby, or I'm thinking of you if they've lost a loved one or a pet. Just finding ways to really build a relationship. Because my goal is that, you know, this is a lifetime of business, not just with that one person, but literally with everyone that they know.
Yeah, so I'm going on a limb here because I really don't know the answer to this question. Like, what percentage of those sales, those 12 closings, were internet leads?
0.
Okay.
0.
Okay, well,
So I shifted a few years ago. I mean, when I first became an agent, like many others, you know, I had my sphere, I worked my sphere, I did pay for some leads, but when I saw that like Zillow was going in the direction that it was, I stopped. We went back a couple years ago just to try some of that, and it just wasn't worth our time or our money. And so we shifted our focus back to that one thing, which is for me, people and relationships, and it's paid off, I think, in the long run, just building it.
yeah, that's awesome. You know, I love that. So one more question, just for the sake of time, and like, what are you doing now? You had an amazing January. You can't undo that. Like that's history. It's amazing. What are you doing now? Here we are, February. You know, March is around the corner. What are you doing now for you still playing running the same play, or is there something else that you're doing? Are you doubling down? Are you taking a step back? What are you doing now to have more months like that?
I think just consistency. Like, you just, when you have even slow times, like, what can you do to keep up? There's not any perfect way to keep your business running, but no, I mean, it's still been really consistent. The current market is shifting a lot of my buyers towards new construction, which is a little bit different. And some of that, you know, some of those sales in January were sales that customarily I would have closed 3 to 6 months before, but it's pushing, you know, some of my production from last year is really pushing into this year because of that. But staying up to date on what's available with that, so that my poor buyers don't get too frustrated and I have a plan B if we need to. That's been really critical. But no, I mean, I think the big thing is just showing up and really being consistent and as much as you can.
Okay, cool. Well, if anyone's got more questions, just reach out to Christine directly. You can send her an email, or just walk by and knock on her glass, and she's got a really cool office. And Christine, appreciate your time. We want to have an amazing year, and our culture is about sharing ideas with each other. So I really appreciate you being a part of that and giving us some time to share with what you've done to have such a great January. So thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Great job. Awesome.
All right. Well, Nicole and Katie, let's move on to our content, and we're going to start with, I believe, birthdays, right?
Yep, these are February birthdays. So some of them may already have happened since we're late in the month, but we just wanted to acknowledge everyone who had a birthday this month. There's quite a few February babies.
Yep. I won't read them all, but these are February babies. I've had some conversations with my family and my wife about February babies. Anyway, so yeah, let's happy birthday to all, you know, probably a dozen or more people in our office. It's always surprising how many people we have having a birthday each month. So work anniversaries. So this means that you know, this is the month, maybe January is when they joined KW, and so here we are with a work anniversary. All these folks here are rolling, and maybe they've just come off 100%, and hopefully every one of these agents is having a $2 million February so they can cap in a month. So if you know these folks, which I know most of you do, just reach out to them and just say, hey, congrats, how long's it been, and thank them for being a part of KW. So let's move on to bucket fills, one of my favorite parts of these meetings, which is when we say thank you to people who are amazing human beings. Does anybody want to jump out and give a bucket fill?
Come on, somebody has one.
I know people are shy.
I know he's not on here, but I want to tell Frank how much I appreciate him over the last couple weeks and everything that he's been doing. If you guys can't tell, I'm in a new office, and I look right now on the screen, it looks like I'm part of the witness protection program because of the lighting in here, but we are super thankful for Frank. If you see Frank in the hallway, give him a high five or an elbow COVID bump or something and tell him you appreciate him because he's doing a lot of work around the market center for us and we're super appreciative of that.
Yeah, he might need a back rub because man, he's been lifting stuff and tearing stuff down, and but I second that. I'm so grateful for Frank.
Yeah.
Anyone else? We can go
I'm trying
on.
to figure out how to unmute this and make it work.
Okay, we can
I don't know
hear
if
you.
anybody can see me or not. Okay.
We can see your name.
What do I have to do? Hold on.
There you go. Hey,
I can't
Denise.
even see myself. Hey, my big thank you is to Damien, actually. I know that sounds kind of silly being that you're the host of the whole Zoom, but my thank you is for the accountability on every Friday and making me even more aware of what my numbers are and keeping track of them and really honing in on to like the 135s and getting the goals for this year.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. Love that. You're my favorite person for the day.
Oh, that was easy.
It doesn't take much.
And I can add to that, Damien, Katie, Nicole, like honestly, you guys have a default, like thank you every call on this for all the work you guys do to continue to keep our market center running. You're like the LeBron James or Michael Jordan. They should win MVP every year, but sometimes they don't. You guys call every week. And so this bucket fill should apply to you guys every time we have this call.
Oh, man,
Thank you.
Daniel. Appreciate that. Well, that's not what we have bucket fills, but I sure do love hearing cool things about our team and hearing, you know, anytime we hear something nice that someone's done, I appreciate it. And I should give a bucket fill to every one of our agents because you guys bring so much joy to my life. So I appreciate you all. Let's keep going.
I have one.
Oh, who's that? Oh, Danny. Okay, back up. Sorry, Danny.
Yes. Yes. Just sending a big thank you to the biggest smile in the market center, Jonelle, always at the front of everything. Every client that comes in just feels so welcome, and that immediate first impression with our culture is so important, and it just strengthens us as a team. So thank you, Jonelle.
Yes, Janelle, you're great.
Thank you, Janelle. Everybody loves Janelle.
Yeah, Janelle could be included in that list too. She's always awesome.
That's right. Thank you, Danny. Anyone else? All right, let's keep going. So we've got capper announcements, and we've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 cappers. Logan Bennett, consistently capping. Mike Walker, these guys are always, they cap every year. Nick Bonanno, not been with us a whole many years, but a capper. Leanne Bandy, capper. Congrats. Chad Carr, congratulations. Sells houses and properties all over the state. Chris Hall, congratulations on capping. And congratulations, Amy Long, on your first closing. That's always exciting.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
George Ichimura, haven't seen him in a while, but he must be out there selling lots of houses. First closing. He's on the Carter Russo team. Congratulations. Jerry Swift. I never see Jerry because he's got a pizza dynasty that he's a part of. First closing. Congratulations, Jerry. And let's get into some of our numbers. Katie, can you go through these?
Absolutely. So GCI is going to be, should be important to you guys. It's going to be your take home commission amounts. So for GCI for last month, this is for January numbers, the individual agents, number 1 in first place is Chad Carr. Number 2, Mike Walker, and number 3, Tabitha Pugh. This will be Tabitha's last month as an individual agent. She has started her team. in February. So she will be moving over into either team or small group. So congratulations to her.
Yeah, congratulations.
Awesome.
Yeah. Teams, which is 2 people. We have, because of that killer month, Christine had a Next Step home team. That is Christine and Stacy Foskey. In second place, we have the Christian group. And then in third place, we have Focus Group Florida. Moving into small group, we have Home Advisors team in first place, McKeel team in second place, and the Kellen group in third place. And then for our large groups, we have Gate Arty in the group in first place.
Yep. Girl Gate.
Royal Beckton Florida group in second, and the Rhodes Stevens group in third. So congrats.
Congratulations.
Now when we move over into units, which is obviously how many deals you had. For individuals, we had Tabitha and Mike Walker tied for first place. We had JC Phillips for second, and Daniel Cook, who right now is an individual, for third place. So congrats, Daniel.
Congratulations, Daniel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moving over into teams, again, we have Next Step home team, the Christian group in second, and then third place was tied between Focus Group, the Kish group, and the LaMonica team for third place. So congrats to our team.
Congratulations.
Small groups, we have the Home Advisors team in first place, Reardon group in second place, and McKeel team in third place. And then for our large groups, we have Gate Arty in the group, the Rhodes Stevens group in second place, and Coyle Beckton Florida group in third.
Good job.
Then before we go over that, I also just wanted to acknowledge a few agents who did some high volume last month. So there were a few agents who did over $1 million, and that is Joe Christian, Chad Carr, Christina Moore, Tabitha Pugh, Russ Rhodes, Julie Shelton, Brian Stevens, and Mike Walker.
Wow.
And we had an agent who did over 2 million, which was Cassandra Van and Brandon Gangler. And then of course we had Christine, who did over 3.5 million. So she was our top producer there.
Good job,
so
Christine.
Congratulations.
Good job, Stacy. I don't know if she's listening, but.
And then I threw this on there. I just kind of wanted to show, I don't know if you guys saw this or follow our North Florida region page, but these were January top producers, and it's a little hard to read. But if you look under teams, the Next Step home team was #1 in the region for closed volume. So congratulations to Stacy and Christine for that. And then also,
Katie, that's like 38 offices.
Yeah.
And so it's a really cool thing to be #1 in your office. It's another like different league to be like #1 in the entire region for teams. So congratulations to Christine and Stacy with #1 spot with more than 4 million in closed volume. And that really is what an honor, out of all those agents. So
absolutely. And then they show up again under the units. If you see, Next Step home team is #3 in the region for units, and almost got second place, just 4 short of beating the #2 spot. So that's amazing. And then also under closed units for the group, Gate Arty in the group came in 4th place in the entire region for closed units with 29 units. So that's amazing.
woohoo! Where's Denise?
No, is she gone?
That's awesome. That's congratulations to Gate Arty in the group. That's a really great job.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, so hey, Katie, let me take this one if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
So back to kind of the region, we had a call yesterday, state of the North Florida region. And I think there were 300 or 400 people on that call. It's going to be a monthly call. And there were a lot of topics that were covered, including Zillow. but they went through the numbers for the market center, and they went through the numbers for some of the top agents as well. So if you want to find out, what these specific numbers are, and listings taken, closed units, volume, all of that, it's a really cool regional call that just keeps you in the loop and helps you have a finger on the pulse of what are the production of the top agents in the region. So the two numbers on the screen were, so we're so proud of this market center and all these agents, because we were number one. Lakeland was number one out of all the North Florida market centers for listings taken with 99. So congratulations to you guys for being number one. And we could easily blow number two out of the water, because 99 is good, but we could even do better than that in a month. But it was a great month for January. And then our number one competitor with closed units is the Brandon Market Center. Every year, either they win it at the end of the year or we win it at the end of the year for closed units. And look at, after the first month, we're in a dead heat with Brandon. It's a tie at 188. So I would just encourage you guys, let's whoop their tails and pull out ahead in February for closed units, and just race to the end of the year so that we can have that number one spot. So anyway, I encourage you all and invite you all to be a part of that North Florida region State of the Region call. Every month we'll send out an email to remind you a few days early before it, each month.
Yeah.
So you can be a part of it. So I'll go over these two. So the next three slides would be the production, closed units, closed volume, listings taken volume, all the way down to closed GCI. What you see on your screen now is Keller Williams Realty International. So what we're seeing is the first column would be month over month. And we're comparing months. So, and then the second column would be year to date. And so what we're trying to do is find out, how are our numbers up? Are we down? How are we doing? And what are we going to do in the future to increase those numbers? And so these are all the numbers. I won't go through them because it gets kind of long and repetitive, but you can take a minute and just look at pretty good numbers for Keller Williams International with closed units and closed volume. Those are up 33%. Those are big numbers. You got a few listings taken or down, and we kind of know that with the shortage of available listings. And what we want to look at is, how is the region doing compared to the market center, and how is the market center trending in comparison to Keller Williams International? How are we doing? Are we keeping up? Are we doing better? So let's go to the regional numbers. And so they fluctuate a little bit, but very strong numbers. Closed units are up 14.5% month over month and year to date. Closed volume is way up for the region. Listings taken are actually down a little bit. And a good number to look at would be closed GCI, our agents continuing to increase their income, and they are. So let's go to the market center numbers. Katie?
Yeah.
Did you go to the market center numbers?
Nicole's driving.
Okay.
I did. It's not changing on your screen.
I see it.
There it is.
Oh.
So closed units up 6.8%. Closed volume is up 35% for both month over month and year to date. And these numbers are going to be the same just because we're in January. So listings taken are down a little bit, but that's not bad. We could actually break even or even increase our listings taken if we attract the right agents, and if we change our habits to actually increase our listings taken from our database and from our sphere of influence. So listings taken volume down just slightly. Listings sold up 10.8%. Listings sold volume up 50.8%. Contracts written up 12%. Contracts written volume up 34.4%, and then GCI is up 24%. So just one last thing on these numbers here. When we look at listings taken and contracts written, those are really a windshield to our business. And so we know that we're probably going to have a great February and March based upon these numbers. And So you guys are doing well, and let's stay focused on the activities that will help us continue to grow our businesses.
Before we go too far, I want to go back real quick to first listing, first closing, only because I see that quite a few of them are on the call.
Okay.
We did have like Ginger, we had obviously some people like you and a few agents on your team that had, you know, first listing, first closing. I didn't put them on there just because you guys were agents before, but it technically was your first listing or first closing with KW. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a shout out because quite a few of you are on the list. So for first closing last month for the agents on the court team that came over, just to give them a quick shout out, was Ginger, Grant Ottman, Lindsay, and Mary Gale. And I see quite a few of you on here. So I just wanted to say congratulations to you guys. You know, it may not have been your actual first closing, but first one with KW. And we're so happy that you guys are here. So congratulations on that and getting into production super quick.
Yeah, congratulations. Sometimes it takes a little time to get going, and your team came right over, jumped in, started rowing, and we already had closings. So it's amazing to see, and it's great. And I hope that everything that you're going through right now, Ginger, with maps and with the technology learning curve, really hoping that in the next 1 to 2 months, your team is going to take off, and you know, we'll see the results of that value. And we're really, really happy to have you guys a part of KW. So
thanks so much. I appreciate that. So a big transition, but I think we're finally maybe getting the hang of things.
okay,
Good.
awesome. So the market share graph, some of you have seen this. We've actually had some market centers across the country reach out and like it so much. We didn't create it. We had somebody that created it. And I hope that, my point is that I hope that every agent is able to use this in some way, shape, or form with either buyers or with their listing appointments to help sellers know that, you know, they are listing their property with the number one company, the company that's the busiest. I know we have the most agents, but we're also the busiest. And so in a time of COVID where, you know, a lot of companies have kind of just taken the foot off the gas, we have not. And there's so many people out there that need to sell or buy right now and don't know what to do. And here we are with the greatest agents who have the track record and have the results here on this flyer, this market share flyer. I really think that this can help buyers and sellers feel comfortable with the advice that you give them, knowing that they're working with a true professional. So Nicole did repost this today on Facebook. So if you need a copy of it, you can go to our internal Facebook page and download that, print it out, and use it when you're communicating with customers.
And this, this is updated every quarter. So this is our last one, which just happened to be the entire year of 2020. But after March, so beginning of April, we will have the first quarter of 2021, and we have it done quarterly. And this definitely, in my opinion, should be in your listing packets that you're bringing to sellers, because just to show them the market share and how big of a difference it is between us and the number two company even is a crazy difference. So be on the lookout every quarter for that as we continue to update it.
Yep. Okay, Nicole, technology.
All right. So basically it's our campaigns and lead generation right now. If you don't have Nick Baldwin on your Facebook, I highly recommend it. He just posted a ad he ran, and it was literally a bit right off of your Keller Williams app. And it was just one neighborhood he selected on the app. And it was a list of how many homes that were for sale. And he used that to run an ad. So they don't always need to be listings. There's other routes to take with our ads and lead generating right now. And just a simple thing like that of a neighborhood snap. He set 2 appointments on the first day of that ad in command. So there's multiple avenues with ads right now, not just listings anymore. They're starting to really take off in other avenues. And then in design, everyone kind of, when eEdge filtered out, was asking about newsletters and what we could do. And we quickly created a magazine. So now in your designs, there is a magazine that you can custom make. It has up to 20 something pages of material that you can drag over whichever items you'd like to have in your magazine. Also agent information, local information on the market, and obviously about yourself as well. You can put your own stats in it. So this is a great tool. This is going to be updated in designs every quarter. So if you want to get in the mindset to remember, create a task for yourself, that every quarter you can create your own personalized magazine branded to you, and you can email it right over to clients as a smart plan. Also, a lot of new designs hit. Some of them we're kind of getting into March, but we have Black History Month ones. We did a lot of the Chinese New Year. There was Valentine's Day, President's Day, and Mardi Gras. They're kind of getting better on getting those in there early. So there'll be a lot more coming soon, I'm guessing, for St. Patrick's Day, Easter. Don't forget, there was even the big football day ads and graphics to use too. Katie, do you want to explain this one? Oh, Katie. I think she's busy. Okay, so you are now able, in the commissions tab, there is a resubmission button, but we want to make sure you guys are clear that this is only to be, Katie, did you want to take it over?
Yeah, sorry about that. So this is a new release, and I just kind of wanted to explain it a little bit. I've been getting a lot of submissions, and I don't think that it's kind of clear about what it's for. But this is a great tool because now you can request a termination on a commission tab, which happens sometimes. And where you would use this would be if, say, you had a listing and you were under contract, but that contract fell through and you have a new buyer on your listing now, then you would want to terminate the previous commission and not have to do a complete different opportunity. You would want to keep the same opportunity and just change the under contract folder to a version 2, clear that out. And then you would want to request termination for the previous commission and be able to add a new offer for that new buyer that you have and submit the new commission. What this isn't for is for DA revisions, which is what I'm getting a lot of people submitting terminations because they just have a change or two on it. That's not what it's for. Once a DA is created, a DA revision, if something changes, is what needs to happen, but we don't want to terminate that entire commission. Another thing you could use this for would be for a buyer where you already had submitted the commission and that deal fell through for whatever reason. You would want to mark that entire opportunity as a lost opportunity, and you can request for me to terminate that commission. And then because it's a whole new property, if those same buyers go under contract again, you would want a new opportunity with that client and the new address. So only use this in specific circumstances. This is great though. This is a great way for us to keep track of your listings that fall through. And so that we know at the end of the month what's still good and what's bad or what's been terminated. So that's where you would use this. They're making a ton of changes and updates, so they're heading in the right direction. And I'm pretty sure that a DA revision option will be coming soon. And so I think that's the next step. It would be a way to submit just for your revision, because right now there isn't a way to do that.
All right, I'm gonna play this quick video. Hopefully the sound is gonna be there for you guys. Here we go.
You have to begin by being rich and wealthy in your mind before you become rich and wealthy in life. The real purpose of financial wealth is for you to be able to finance your personal mission for your life. It's your freedom money.
So the sound, I think it kind of got cut off a little bit. So Think Like a CEO is one of my, I love KW, but I also love what Gary Keller has to say and Jay Papasan with how they help us think differently. It isn't about getting rich, but it is about thinking differently. So there's the interviews and the conversations they have really get you thinking. And so it's not just something for you, it's something for the team or something for your committee or something that if you have somebody that comes to KW and they say, wow, I want to change my business, this would be one of those podcasts where you'd say, in addition to the other things that you're learning, subscribe to this podcast so that when they release a new episode, you can on your own time or when you're getting ready in the morning or whenever you've got a free 15, 20 minutes, listen to the next episode of Think Like a CEO. And it really is valuable for any real estate agent, no matter if it's your first day or if it's your 20th year. So we do encourage you guys to subscribe to that. The new episode just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
All right.
Trying to go to the next one. There we go.
So, so Keller Williams has just kind of reinvented itself in the area of luxury. So every agent now that has a sale above 700,000 has got access to all the tools from KW Luxury. So this is a short video just to let you know from Brady that he's driving luxury and wanting to take it to a new level, and that KW really does have more luxury agents or more luxury properties than any other company now. And so it's not something where you have to buy into. It's just if you have a property that sells or you have a listing over 700,000, there are resources for that property and for that seller that'll help market that property the way it should be through KW Luxury. So this is a very, very short video that'll help you understand more.
My name is Brady Sandal. I'm Director of Growth for Keller Williams Luxury. We are the House of Excellence, the largest real estate sales force the world has ever seen, with the strongest and most successful presence in the luxury arena. Keller Williams Luxury understands that luxury is a language. It's a look and a feel, which is why we equip our ladies and gentlemen with the best marketing tools they can use, not only to attract customers to them, but to properly market the properties they represent to the buyers who are going to buy them. Keller Williams Luxury equips their agents at a local, regional, and national level with white glove professional services, which means they can quickly turn to ladies and gentlemen that are there to support them grow their luxury business. When you join Keller Williams Luxury, you're joining a culture that believes in sharing best practices. In other words, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. There's the opportunity to join Keller Williams Luxury instead.
So you can learn more about KW Luxury on kwconnect.com. And before we go forward, I just want to say in the chat, congratulations to Ashley Bearden for appearing in a Keller Williams Realty International interview titled Transition from Dual Career Agent to Full-Time Real Estate. I put the link there. And so on the topic of KW Connect, you can click on that link and watch the video of Ashley, and she's with She's with 2 other agents who also transitioned from a dual career to full-time real estate. And John Clitty's an amazing leader within KW and very thought-provoking and a great interviewer. So I would encourage you to watch that. And again, when you have somebody that you think might benefit from this, from this content or from this video, share it with them, because we have a lot of agents who are dual career agents right now. And this might help them learn when or how they can be successful by transitioning to full-time. And, you know, it's all about sharing and helping people grow their business. So there's a resource right there in that link. And if you want to save that, if you want to save anything that's in the chat, you can click those. There's a little button that says file, and then there's 3 dots, and you can just save the chat and you know, paste it wherever you want. Knock. So now we've had some agents say, hey, Knock's in cahoots with realtor.com. It's not really, it appears that way, but it's not that way. Knock is a tool for our agents. Think about just a real life example. If you've got somebody that says, I need to sell my home, but I don't want to sell and then not have a home. So I want to buy a home first, but I need to sell my home to buy a home. And sellers don't want to take a contingency offer. So I don't know what to do. So in that case, it's, okay, well, we have a tool called Knock, where Knock will give your homeowner a loan to buy their next home, close, and then give your homeowner 6 months to sell their home. So I'm not sure that begs 10 questions. Well, what if? And I'm happy to answer those questions. But please know that there is this tool that if somebody just says, I just don't want to show my home, I don't want people going through my house, 20, 30, 40 people showing my house, I'd rather not have any showings. Is there an option for me in real estate? But yeah, do the Knock home swap, buy your home, close, move in, and now you got a vacant property, your old house, and you can have as many showings as you want. They're not gonna bother you. You're not gonna have to remove your dog every other day. You're not gonna have to, move out for an hour and then have a showing canceled. So it's a good tool. If you have questions, let us know. Happy to answer those questions. Some people on this Zoom are actually certified, so you could ask them as well. And I just want to remind you that this is a good tool for this market.
Also, guys, tomorrow at 11 o'clock, I am teaching Keller tools, and this is one of our Keller tools. So I will be going over this tomorrow if you want to jump on and ask more questions.
What time?
11 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so if you're subscribed to on KW Connect, you can subscribe to get these announcements of when KW is receiving an award or ranked in one way or another. And so Glassdoor ranked KW one of the best places to work. It seems like one of these comes out maybe every month. And again, it makes a difference when you're on a listing appointment. If somebody says, tell me about KW, I know you guys are great, but why KW? Why are you different from the next company? And it may not be because we're one of the top 20 best places to work, but if you're talking to women, or if you're talking to somebody that you can say, we're known for this, we're known for customer service, it's one more thing that might be the reason that you're hired. It's difficult these days to separate yourself from the competition. And I feel like KW is giving you more than 3 or 4 ways to separate yourself. And so this would be one of those ways. Ooh, so I think this is one of the last slides. So thank you guys for being a part of this. And I will say, and this, I'm very excited to say, that although we're not out of the woods, the conversation is that COVID is on the way out, and that around Christmas time, we'll be going to see movies again, and we'll be going to dinner in restaurants. Some of us already do that. But that is great news, because this dark cloud has been over our heads for so long. And I really, really do. I've heard that sellers don't want to do anything or buyers don't want to do anything because they're not really sure, you know, what the future holds. Well, as it relates to COVID, we are moving forward, and we're going to probably find a life where we coexist with COVID. And that means just fewer deaths, kind of like we coexist with the flu or we coexist with other things. So things are getting better. I'm happy to say that's where we are, and we're moving into a post-COVID mindset and a post-COVID market. So we really appreciate you guys being a part of this meeting today. And if you're killing it in February, you can bet we're going to ask you to be a part of this next month. And Christine Ellenbeck and team, congratulations again. Those numbers are just insane. And there's other agents that had great months as well. Tabitha Pugh, if you're listening, you had an amazing month as well. And I shouldn't go there because we've had so many agents that had such a great month. And very proud of you all. Thank you. And we're here to serve. Let us know what we can do for you. Have an awesome day.
Thanks, guys. Bye.